guy then. Thank you very much. We're all wearing glasses except this one. Shut up.
Wait a minute.
You don't even have a mic yet, do you? Oh, he's got glasses now.
Young guy.
Dennis is wearing glasses. Dex got rid of his glasses. Oh, way to go, Dex. Thank you, brother. Make us all feel good again. Oh, the things. God. You know, the hoops we jump through being songwriters sometimes is it's a pretty big hoop. But also, it's a pretty small hoop. You know, one of the things we want to look at is giving these guys the respect that they deserve up here. Once again, this is from their heart, from their head, from their mind, their soul, through this microphone, through those speakers, through Dennis Phillips, to your ears. I don't think I left anything out. Yeah, that's it. So, 2 more beers added to the menu would give you a good song in the country music world. But these guys write more than country music. These guys are an open book of experience, not only in this town, but in music in general. So, tell me this, David. Now, when did you first start playing music in Chattanooga?
1823.
Don't ask me that, Tom.
Right after me, huh? All
No, it was about 1984 at the Playlake Club. First gig I ever had was the Playlake Club. There you go. One bullet changed the course of Chattanooga. One bullet.
That was 1 bullet, 5 beers, 2 strippers, and who knows what else happened. Lord. Randy, tell me about it, brother.
Well, we don't have enough time.
Yeah, we do.
I started playing when I was about 13, and my dad played lead guitar for Ernest Tubb in the Grand Ole Opry, and so he was music was in my family my whole life, and so by the time I was 13, I was raring to go, and by the time I was 14, I was playing the Friday night sock hop.
Yeah?
But I was probably about the 8th grade when it really cranked up.
Tommy was 18. He was gone.
So I'd say it really cranked up and got started about, hold on to your seats, everybody, 1968, maybe? Wow.
1968. Well, let's see here.
I was in the 8th,
He wasn't even born.
I was in the 8th grade.
You know, I was drinking Kronenberg 1660 in those days, but you know, I remember running into Randy, and this is the funniest story. I'm gonna make it real short. We were both playing sock hops in those days, and we were booked on the same sock hop, and we had our band set up on the front porch of this place waiting for them to open this up. This would have been the Civic Center in Chickamauga, Georgia. Well, Chickamauga, Georgia's only got one guy that's got one key, and he was drunk.
You got me muted?
But the whole thing about it is Randy Johnston has been a staple in Chattanooga music, ladies and gentlemen, for over 25 years. Over 25 years, right there.
Thank you. Make it over 30.
And that's just a modest figure. I was about to say I'm not going to give away his age like he is mine. But as a senior citizen now, I can say these things. You know, I got a AAA card and all that jazz.
Hey, I can get senior coffee at Hardee's,
I'm going to get a AAA songwriter's card next. But ladies and gentlemen, please help me and Sugars welcome 2 good friends, 2 great songwriters, thousands of songs. It's David Brown, it's Randy Johnston. Give it up.
Thank you very much. We got a couple of ways to go here. David and I have written several songs together, so we're going to play a few of those for you. And then we have some that we've written with, alone that we're also going to do separately. So I'm not real sure how we're starting this off.
Well, I guess I'll do. This is a song I told Dex about earlier. It's supposedly Tim McGraw had it on hold for a year. Probably still got it on hold. He thinks he does anyway. Dex is going to cut it on his next record. I wrote it with a friend of mine that I met. Actually, he was in prison when I met him. I was working in the prison, and he was in the prison. And really true. And he's a really talented guy. And so we started writing songs, and he has since graduated from that school. And we still write together. And this is one we wrote just kind of a story of like a country star. A lot of different ways you can write songs. This particular song came about by we just decided we are going to write a story about this country star and what he does after he got off the stage. And somehow or another, we wanted to tie it into Elvis Presley. So the name of this song is called Tupelo Dream. I just finished a show down in Tupelo, feeling tired and distressed. Went straight from the stage to the back of the bus just to get some rest. There was still music in my head, playing softly low. When I laid down, I had a dream about the king of rock and roll. Landed on the dirt road in the middle of nowhere, when I saw an old man rocking away in his rocking chair. He smiled and said, "Where you going, boy?" "Maybe Memphis, Tennessee. If you're looking for Elvis, all you gotta do is come and talk to me." He said, "Now you may not believe this, but right before your eyes stands a man who had the world in his hand and had to say goodbye. But don't think it was easy, I had to let it go. For me it was best, lay to rest, the king of rock and roll." Well, I sat there in amazement as he went on and on. Then he showed me things like his diamond rings and his rhinestones. But he could tell that I had my doubts, no matter what he said. Though it was years ago, everybody knows that the king is dead. He said, "Now you may not believe this, but right before your eyes stands a man who had the world in his hand and had to say goodbye. But don't think it was easy, I had to let it go. For me it was best, lay to rest, the king of rock and roll." When I heard the diesels humming, I knew it was time to go. He said, "Remember my name, but forget where you came. No one should ever know." He said, "Now you may not believe this, but right before your eyes stands a man who had the world in his hand and had to say goodbye.